Intellectual stew. Intellectual stew with James Kirkland.
Powerful and provocative. Prophetic and practical.
Intellectual stew.
Informative and inspirational. How you gonna do better if you don't know what better looks like? I do.
Intellectual stew.
Come on, let's talk about it with me, the mind massager.
Intellectual stew with James.
What's up? What it do? Time for another episode of The Intellectual Stew with yours truly, James Kirkland, and my Monday night live crew. Juggled it up a little bit tonight. Got my boy Mark back. What's up, Mark? Missed you last week, but we had a show last week, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And and y'all know I pay attention. I see who's in the chat. I see who's participating. I see who's adding to the conversation. And sometimes you never know. You might get an inbox from me, and I might ask you if you want to be on the show. So tonight we have Malinda. Unmute yourself, Malinda. What's up, Malinda?
Good day, everyone.
Good day, everyone. All right, so we got Malinda and we have Mark. Let me turn my music off. And we're ready to get this conversation started. Listen, last week we had married couples on, and it had a married couple on. And it was a good show. Mark, did you get a chance to catch any of it last week? Mark.
Oh, hey, listen.
We watching football. I understand. I'm watching baseball and football. So
I'm not. Nah.
I said, did you get to catch any of the show last week?
I did not.
Okay.
Been traveling. I should have stepped aside to look at it, but I didn't catch it. I seen some of the comments, but I didn't check the live feed.
No, it was good. Malinda, you were on. What did you think about last week? The couple that we had on.
I think it was excellent because it definitely gave an insight of a marriage. I'm gonna say a couple. I'm not gonna say everyone is perfect, but we like to think in our head that our husband is this knight in shining armor, that he's perfect, never had a past, and was just, basically the knight in shining armor. I'm gonna stick with that, but just to hear their background and how they stood strong and things like that, that definitely gives you hope that you can work through anything as long as you're willing to try.
That's a good thing. Yeah, that hope. We got to keep hope alive because it does seem like hope is expiring, and hope has definitely faded along the way. So no, I think they did provide hope, and I'm glad they were able to come on and be so transparent. And I appreciate that. And then I came back and I did. For those of you all that missed the interview on Tuesday night, I brought on a young lady out of the YouTube community. I kind of got a little backlash behind that. They kind of came for me a little bit on that YouTube channel. They came for me a little bit, talking about I was too light on her and I should have pressed her and I sat here and let her lie and I did. I thought my name was James. I didn't know it was God, but I understand if I got to carry godly characteristics, I carry those. But now you're not gonna put that pressure on me. But I just asked the question. You know what I'm saying? I don't fight nobody, Malinda. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so, and I don't have a problem with anything she said. The girl sat here at the beginning of the show and said that she made some mistakes and that everything she went through, she kind of deserved. And hey, that was good enough for me. But anyway, we're past that. I got to be careful, Mark, about how I do interviews now. I might just need to be a facilitator I might just need to be a facilitator. I might not need to do interviews if they want me to be pushing them, pressing them hard, and calling them out.
You know what people love and they hate at the same time. You gotta remember, a lot of stuff people are seeing, like pull-ups. We've had our Samuels who call people out, and you have your Derrick Jackson who dogs men and everything else like that. So people always want to see the extreme, but when you well balanced, and some people, it doesn't add the drama they want. Even though they're getting the food, they still like the drama sometimes, and that's not always the crowd that you want.
Nah, they can have that, man. I'm talking about, and I'm just discovering just people are just mean. I mean, literally. I mean, it's certain. You know what? If I won't say it to your face, I'm not gonna type it. I'm not gonna, because when you put words out there, to me those words are there. You know what I'm saying? And they're there forever. You know what I'm saying? And I just I don't know.
You know what?
What's that?
James, we in a society where I seen they had a video of someone who got killed, and comments were like, "Stupid games, stupid prizes."
Yeah.
Dumb games, dumb rewards. Like, people are desensitized these days and conditioned for that. So you just got to know it's like this, James. Know your audience.
Yeah, well, and that's definitely not my audience, and I'm not even looking for that audience, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? But it was interesting. It was interesting. I mean, I was being ostracized for not being a misogynist, or for respecting a woman. You know what I'm saying? Somebody came in my inbox and they said, "Man, you let that girl con you." I'm like, "Con me out of what?" I ain't sitting no cash out. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anything invested but a few minutes of time. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, the reason I brought her on the show was because the things she was saying in her videos are applicable. So, sometimes I don't worry about the messenger. I'm more concerned about the message. You know what I'm saying? If God could use a donkey and make that donkey stand still, he can dang sure use anybody. So, and I know those tears towards the end of the show were real. So, hey, it is what it is. They can have what they want, and we're going to keep on doing what we're going to keep on doing. And, this is the intellectual stew, and we spark everyday conversation. And today, sometimes, Mark, sometimes, Malinda, when I scroll through Facebook, I really just get a good laugh. You know what I'm saying? And some of the videos that are out there are just crazy, right? I mean, some funny stuff. So I'm watching this video today. I'm about to play it. But man, this video today, it killed me. And I want us to talk about this video for a minute.
Okay.
We're gonna have fun, man. Why not? So I got a couple things in mind, but this is the video. Let me see if I can pull it up right. Hold on. I want to do it the right way. Hold on. There it is. All right. Hold on. Stop. I'm not ready for you yet. All right. I'm almost ready for you now. All right. Hey, Jackie, what's going on? Get ready. Okay. So here we go. Here it is. I'm gonna share this video. This is so funny to me. But watch this. I can make it larger, and then I can press it. But this is so funny.
Oh my God! Please. No! Oh shit! Ooh. Get your motherfucking dog. What's wrong with y'all?
Hold on, I gotta play it one more time. Hold on. I gotta play it one more time. Hold on. Let me play one more time. This is funny.
Oh my God! Please.
This is funny.
No! Oh shit! Ooh. Get your motherfucking dog. What's wrong with y'all?
So, okay. I'm sorry, y'all. That's enough. But is that as funny to y'all as it is to me?
Man, I watched that video like I had seen it before you posted it, but I watched that video like 50-11 times because
50-11 times.
He was not playing. He was trying to get away.
Hold on.
Hey, that right. I hate to say it. That video right there lets me know I need to get my butt in shape.
Yeah.
No, not for different reasons. I'm talking about like for real. Like if that was really an animal getting after me and I'm in that bad of shape, not saying I'm better or worse. I'm like, man, you got to be ready for life activities. But I'm like, Jesus, that man could have got his butt torn up.
But them hamstrings was tight, wasn't it? You see,
Man.
because he was not running.
He was surviving. He was surviving.
He was not running. Hold on, man. Bruh, Mark.
Right.
He was not running, bro. Them hamstrings was so doggone tight that
you know what?
What's that?
It's funny, but just looking at that, man, it makes me wonder in our society, how serious do we take health?
Right.
Hey.
Like the number one disease for Black women is cardiovascular related diseases. And in our households, we don't talk about this. Now we can talk about love relationships and all that stuff, but health, and it's just, and that impacts mental health, emotional, depression, all that stuff. And it's like crazy. I'm gonna have to do I'm gonna have to change my life around.
Bro,
Yeah, I got to tell my daughter.
Hold on, keep going. You can keep talking, Melinda, but I gotta show this one more time. Hold on.
Show it one more time.
Yeah, but this is hilarious. Cause it's some more people coming on right now, and and I'm glad you brought that point up, Mark, because I saw that as well. But hold on, let me do it again. I can make it larger. Oh my God, this is so funny. All right, did I press play? Oh, I gotta press play on. Here we go.
No.
Oh my.
Oh shit! Woo. Get your motherfucking dog.
It's funny.
The question is, could he swim though? Because see, he ran for his life till he got to that water. You know, I'm like he can't swim.
Bro, he made a business decision when he saw that water.
He was like, man,
it was like multiple choice: A, B, and none of the above. He was like, A, the dog. No, I'm not going that way.
Right.
B, the water. No, I'm not jumping in that water. And I forgot about C. I ain't jumping over that wall either because there's a wall. So but Grace showed up and grabbed that leash because you could tell the dude's whole disposition changed when somebody grabbed the leash.
Well, the dog actually turned around.
So
I said the dog actually had stopped pursuing him.
The dog was running another. The dog was like, "What are we running from?"
Exactly.
The dog was like, "We running together. Like me and my master run like this when we jog together." But Mark, getting back to your point about the health thing, does he have any friends?
Could.
Because his friends told him not to take their shirt off and be outside in public like that.
You got different type of friends.
Let him be big sexy if he wants to. That is okay.
See that there we go.
See,
there we go. There we go.
Enabling, but you just enabling society that we live in, man.
I'm gonna say this because you're coming from somebody who was very I'm gonna say athletic. I played every sports under the sun except for tennis, soccer, and baseball. But after so many years, like this, I think this is like the past 5 years, I have really hadn't been maintaining that athletic physique. But I know what I need to do to lose weight, but it's not going to stop me from, I'm not going to wear stuff that, like when I work out, I don't care if you see my belly, whatever. If I get hot, I'm going to take whatever off so I can continue my workout. But because I don't care what people think.
I need you to care. Yeah. I need you to care.
Some things I would care for, but
don't terrorize me like that.
You can't body shame me.
I ain't even asked him.
See, that's the thing. So, like, it's not about, like, we gotta understand. It's not body shaming, okay? When I'm at a certain size, there's certain things that I wear. Like, see, this is a workout shirt. It's baggy, right? Because it's not Under Armour, because I ain't protecting this body. This house ain't where it's supposed to be, okay? Right. But, and I get, I'm hot, I need to do my workout and stuff like that, but they got garments for that. Don't wear the skinny girl stuff if you're not skinny. I'm just how I am. I don't wear the rocked up, I don't wear the big the bodybuilder stuff if I'm not in bodybuilder shape. And I get it. Listen, it's not, first of all, you got James, excuse me. I'm not sensitive to body shaming as a man, because I think the first people to get body shamed are men, because they told if they're not a certain height,
Yeah.
They like this. It's easy to tell us if we're not a certain skin color. It's easy to tell men all kind of things physically that they don't measure up to, and men have to learn how to absorb that and persevere. So I believe in equity and equality, all that type of stuff. So I like, yo, I'm gonna tell you the same thing. So that's just one. Now, I'm not talking about you particularly, but I just feel like we just need to be aware
Yeah.
of our stuff. You know, not everything
Yeah.
look right for
I agree
everybody.
because like I told my daughter one time, and I hate to say it like this, but their age group, a lot of kids want to fight. And so I noticed one day we was working out, she was kind of winded. I was like, so baby girl, if you get into a fight and you get winded, what's gonna happen? She was like, well, mom, what you mean? I said, if you look at boxers, they train 24/8 because they have to stay conditioned. You know what I'm saying? And it's not only just conditioned. And I was just telling her, it's not just for a fight, but I said it's for your health. What if you have to run a long time to get away from somebody? You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to maintain that stamina, to survive or to save your life or to protect yourself. So,
Well, old boy on that video, his stamina lasted about 17 seconds. The video is about 17 seconds. And that joker took off running. He said, am I going to dive in the water? Oh, in the water? He's like, no, I've been in the water. The water was cold. It chilled my body, but it ain't going to chill my soul today. And he said it. Thankfully, Grace showed up and grabbed that leash. And then all of a sudden, that bass showed up in his voice. He said, you need to get your dog. Man, I'm telling you, that video killed me. That's a problem. It's some more people coming in, so they haven't seen the video. So I gotta show it one more time, and then I'm gonna get to my first.
I
I see.
I will take it off in a minute.
You take it off in a minute, in public or private.
Depending on how much. Now I would do it privately, but depending on how lit I am. Hey, I may do it public, but I'm not taking a whole, I'm not gonna be wild with it, but I'm not afraid to have a good time and because I know what I look like when I'm, back into my physique. So baby, just take this good pushing and good cushion and everything else to be happy.
You scared me when you started. When you started with that word at the beginning, you almost scared me right then. I'm glad you cleared that up. You said good pushing. Hold on.
Oh my God, Flex.
I mean, his crack is showing in everything.
One more time. Hold on. One more time. Look at him running. Look at him running. Look at that. Then look at his hands down to his side. And that, oh my God. Then watch this. He's safe now. He's safe.
Get your motherfucking dog. What's wrong with y'all?
Okay, but you stop showing it because I'm being tears.
He said, get your MF and dog. He said, what the F is wrong with y'all? That joke, but he was screaming like, okay, I'm done with that. All right, so listen, I'm gonna Jackie, are you there? Go ahead and do that. Check your inbox for me. That's just hilarious. That's hilarious. So I want to get into my first question of tonight. Like I said, I want to get into my first question. And the question that I want to pose is a question that I posed on my Facebook page. I didn't put it on till late. I sure wish I had put it on earlier so I could have got a little more traction on it. But I want to put the question I want to ask is because Mark, a lot of people have these lists. The list says you got to be so tall, or let's say you got to make so much money, or you got to have this kind of money, this kind of house, or you can't have this kind of credit score, or you got to wear glasses, or you got to wear contacts, you got to be light skinned, you got to be this, you got to be that. Everybody got a list, you know what I'm saying? And my question is, will our list keep us limited when it comes to relationships? Yes, and that's my question for the audience, because I want to get Stu Nation in this conversation now. I want to get us in this list and in this conversation. And the question is, I'm going to ask it one more time. Do list limit our options? Is that how I asked it, Malinda? Our options when it comes to relationships? That's the question. Y'all think about that and let me know. I want to start with you, Malinda. I'm going to ask you first. Do you think limit our options when it comes to relationships?
I truly believe it does. because I'm gonna say the first point is we we tend to always want to go for things that we want, but we don't necessarily look for the things that we need. Like I had a preference to where, I love dark skinned guys. I would date a light skinned guy or whatever, but my preference was dark skin.
Mm-hmm.
And like I told you on the last, we was talking about, women who choose a certain type of man, but expect him to act like I wanted a DMX, but with a Will Smith attitude, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's a little thuggish, but they also a little collegiate, got some book sense, smart, outgoing, or whatnot. And that didn't work out too well. Um, and also, lists are like, like I said, like preferences. And I think sometimes when we have those standards or preferences, then that tends to limit, like you said, our options. Because while you're out here, I'm gonna use myself for example, while I'm out here looking for somebody maybe dark skinned with a nice build or whatever, there's this other guy who may be a little like a lighter shade, got everything I need, but I already dismissed him because he wasn't what I wanted physically. You know what I'm saying? So as I grew older and start seeing people for who they are and start seeing like we talked about an episode that was like, oh man, look at her. Why is he with her? She may not be the most beautiful girl in the world. She may not be a Halle Berry or, other females out here that they consider bad chicks, but she definitely is providing that man what he needs in his life and not what he wants. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to cut out my preferences and just getting to know people for who they are versus depending on what I like or what I want.
Gotcha. Hold on, I got one more person I'm about to bring on the stage too. I told y'all I like to bring people out of my audience that have been listening and that are faithful. So we got Malinda on tonight. Ashley, I see you. Hey, how you doing? But I got Jackie Jones in tonight. Hey, Jackie.
Hey, Jackie.
Hey, y'all.
Jackie. All right, so we got Jackie in tonight too. So Jackie's gonna answer from a young mother's perspective as well, and so we're gonna have another perspective along with Malinda and Jackie, and then Mark and myself are here as well. So Mark, unmute yourself and let me ask you the same. Jackie, you're gonna have to pull up the rear on this question. But Mark, I'm gonna ask you first. Do you think that when we make these type of lists that we limit our options when it comes to relationship? I see Cleta's brother Chuck said yes, he does believe that. But that's the question on the screen, Stu Nation. Do lists limit our options when it comes to relationships? Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, I definitely believe they limit our options, and a lot of times our list is not always reflective of who we are. Our list don't always reflect. It's like what you want, you're not a lot of times, and you got to be what you ask for. You want peace, be peace. You want a woman who's affectionate, be affectionate. You want a woman who's loving, be loving. Sometimes we check on it. It's sometimes the opposite attract in one aspect, but your list needs to reflect who you are in that space you in. You want stability, be stable. That's the thing about it. So yes, I think our lists are a lot of times inaccurate, and then we got to mix in the entitlement that we feel, right? And that entitlement is on that list. So yeah, I think that list limits us a lot. It has done me in the past, probably still today at times. But yeah, it does.
What you think, Jackie?
Let me see. Yeah, I do think that it limit us, but then again, it's a mindset. At the end of the day, you can write it down all you want, but if you don't implement what you're doing, what you're wanting, what you're trying to put into the relationship, it won't happen. With anything and all things that you do, I feel like you have to break bad habits or you have to continue the good habits. And in order to start something new in a relationship or something that you want to work on, you have to develop, that process of doing it again and over but yeah, so it'll limit us. But then again, I really do think it's a mindset. It's a mindset. And once you start believing that you can have the best relationship, you can, do all things, once you have that mindset, I think it helps those different categories, the spiritual category, the mental category, the health category, all of these things. So when you start believing that you can do all things, that kind of helps push up that, that wagon going. Even if you don't have that skill set in the relationship or whatever, you want to learn how to do certain things. We are human beings, so that means that we're imperfect. So when you meet a person, you're not going to just have everybody, everybody just perfect. You're going to find out what they don't have, their strengths and weaknesses, vice versa. And then you guys work on it. You work on it, and then life going to come, you know. We all been in several relationships, I'm assuming. And sometimes, it's all different. And I was just talking to somebody the other day about this. Hold on, I got something really good. I said, in all these relationships, I looked at, the pastor and the first lady, and all these churches, and I say, well, they say you got to be equally yoked in the Christianity world, right? But most of those relationships, most people have gotten a divorce. They walked into it saying, okay, we equally yoked and we're, through Christ, all of these steps. But as you guys can see, we still have to manage properly with these relationship skills. That spirituality is just one category. It's all of them. Have you ever seen somebody so religious, but they mental still not right, and it's not in an alignment with the spirituality? You see what I'm saying? They go to church, read the Bible, they do everything, but they still have this mental interchange or something like the social.
But Jackie, you know what? No, you're good. No, you're good. I feel because you sound like an evangelist right now. You about to bring it to us. I get it. I'm with you. But I'm joking. Hey, we joke now. That's how we got to laugh on this show now. But this is the thing right here, Jackie. The problem is you're talking about once they get in the relationship. But these are some of the things that stop them from even getting to the point of, you got people now, Jackie, unfortunately, especially my age, that if you don't measure up to their list, they say they'd just rather not even be in a relationship. And so because Mark, and I'm sure you can attest to this too. You got people now that are literally saying that before I get in a relationship, I'd rather be alone. Because they have these unrealistic lists. I mean, I was talking to one young lady, and she was bad. I ain't gonna lie, she was fine. She had the goods. I could almost see myself in doing that. But when I started listening to the list, hell, I disqualified myself. Cause I can't be. I knew I couldn't be everything. I ain't have all that stuff on that list. I'm just being real talk. You understand what I'm saying? So I mean, I think, and you're 100% right. Because I mean, we talked about that last week. Marriage isn't addition. Marriage is multiplication. We multiply when we get together. 1 times 1 equals 1. That's how we end up. That's the function or the formula for a relationship. But what we have now is 2 individuals. And these very separate individuals have a problem becoming one because I'm not whole within myself. And this is my thought, and y'all can tell me if y'all agree or not. I think sometimes with the list, oh God, I think Pastor Partner, what's up, man? I think there you go, Ashley. I think sometimes with the list, we price ourselves out of the market so we can have an excuse to avoid saying that we failed. Because guess what? I didn't fail if I didn't get in it. I mean, I ain't dropping the mic. I'm asking. I'm just putting a thought of what y'all think.
I mean, I totally agree. Because like I said, when we start to put those limits, because that's basically what preferences are. You're limiting yourself to a certain group of people. You don't have a broad range. You have tunnel vision. You're not trying to be open-minded about the people that you meet. Like I would say, like, I wouldn't date anyone that was, I wouldn't necessarily say beneath me, but I know that I've been that person before, at that time where I wasn't always what I needed to be for a man. So I just say, hey, I'm gonna meet people where they are. If I see improvement, then we got a chance. But if I see you're stagnant, then I'm out.
And then, Jackie, go ahead.
I believe what we're missing is the connection. Like I can date. I was telling somebody today, I can date. I'm just looking back a few who I've dated, they had everything to offer, but I didn't have the connection, and I
Mm.
couldn't give that man what he needed, like the physical or how he wanted to be touched and felt, and all of those things, because it wasn't mutual. So I'm
Mm.
saying you can have somebody who has the house, the land, the car, all of this, and then he can change things around for you too. But I have to stop though, because it's not mutual and it's not fair, So I believe, like, you can come with your list, because it is good to kind of, say, hey, this is what my cons, pros, this is what I don't like. Don't put me in situations like this, kind of telling up front, your foundation and everything. It's not good to have a list, but just be realistic. You need a life partner, and a life partner knows that life will come and we have to be ready. And sometimes we're not going to be ready, but it's a mind thing, at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I can have the right man who has the finances, he has the house, he got a good credit score, all of those things for me and my son. But at the end of the day, if I don't have that mutual, I'm not going to sacrifice to be with you. I'm not, because it's not fair. I already know a man need some good sex. He needs some things going on. I need to see his eyes. I need to look in his face and say, "Oh, I like you,"
Mm.
and I love you, and I'm attracted to you. And attraction is just not somebody looking beautiful. Attraction could be anything: their mind, their intellect. It could be anything: their ears, their teeth. I don't know. It could be anything, but it have to be mutual though. It needs to be
Ab-
mutual. If I didn't
Absolutely.
learn anything from my experience, that's what it needs, to that connection, that mutual experience. A mutual.
What you got, Mark?
Nothing. I just love listening to this. I love listening to women. I don't have nothing to say. I just want to hear. I like listening to what it should be, and the expectations, and they not selling, and what they expect. You know what I wonder? Do y'all suffer? No, I'm gonna shut my mouth. I'm gonna be quiet. Let me just
Yeah,
listen some more.
right. Yeah, right. Yeah,
You know
right.
what?
You ain't never.
I think it's hard
Ask your
for women.
question.
I think it's hard for y'all because ever since y'all were born, everybody told you you was a pretty little princess and how beautiful you were. Even sometimes you wasn't beautiful, but your parents, everybody told you was beautiful, and they gave you an inaccurate view of really how life is. They told you what you was entitled for, or entitled to, what you should expect, everything else like that, but they didn't tell you what you should be. As men, we're taught to a little bit more raw, given more realistic views of the world. They let us know what we're not, and it gives us a pathway to what we should become. So I feel like when it comes to a man, we know exactly what we like. I think we're a little more accurate in what we like. We just scrutinize about what we like. While women feel like they want the perfect situation. And I feel like men, we just like what's in front of us and we can accept that. Women are looking for an imaginary man that doesn't even exist. It is men walk right in front of you. Y'all still looking for a man that is ideal in your head versus a man would see a woman right here in front of him. He'd say, man, she's beautiful. She's X, Y, and Z. She's this. And y'all would stay in the imaginary world of entitlement and miss out on your man versus us. I feel that way. But I'm just listening.
You ain't listening. You just talking. But I get Jackie. Is there any validity to what he's saying?
Oh yeah, I believe a man when it's time. He know his time, and he has he has something in him that tells him, his intuition, like she's the one, or it's something that men can see that women can't see.
Mm.
You know, yeah, it's something deep about it, and he knows when it's the right woman. And I did listen to Kevin Samuels before, and I remember him saying, a lot of women, they should go back to their exes and ask, how was I in a relationship, or ask a man, how do I really look? Do I look ratchet? You know, do I need to lose weight? Get the truth from a man. I mean, it's not the truth, but it's just their opinion. But then again, you know what I'm saying? You know, but I don't know. A lot of women, I feel like they do too much to try to get one when a man just really wants you to be natural, have common,
Mm.
be intellectual, and you don't even have to be as much. But I do feel like women have some women, this is just an opinion, sometimes we need to understand our role, with certain things and stuff like that. Yeah, just it's a lot. It's a lot.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Malinda, I asked the lady something on Facebook today, and 'cause we were talking
Hmm.
about this list. And when I asked her, she said, I said, "Do you think it limits options?" She said, "No." I said, "Well, let me ask you a question. Are your boundaries?" I think she called them boundaries. And what was the other word she used? Boundaries and something else, but whatever. I asked if her boundaries were elastic or concrete. In other words,
I've seen
were they
that.
flexible? You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
sometimes you have boundaries, but they're flexible. You want him to be 6'3", but you'll take him at 5'11". You know what I'm saying? You want him to be in shape, but he ain't obese. So Jackie, you might be able to get him to do cycling on Saturday morning. You know what I'm saying? You got, but that's using elastic instead of having something that's concrete. You know what I'm saying? And the woman said, "No, I'm not settling." And I think, Jackie, I think Malinda, I think Mark, a lot of times, a lot of people have gotten to this point now where their boundaries are not elastic. At least they're not saying that they're elastic. They're saying that they're concrete. Now, I don't know if somebody was presented to them in the right way. What do you think about that, Malinda? Do you think people have concrete walls, or you think most people have elastic, concrete boundaries, or most people have elastic boundaries?
Yeah, like I said, I was definitely a concrete person. Like, this is what I want. Uh, what I'm saying, just basically, like, I didn't accept anything like for one instance, this guy was trying to introduce me to, the way that, Muslims, worship God or whatever. And I was, you know, uh, a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am a Christian. I'm not gonna say I was. I am a Christian. And it was just like, nah, we're gonna have it my way, or, because I haven't did all that. Then you had the ones that were they had different things. Like, I'm not the type person to, I wasn't always outdoorsy unless it had to do with sports. But then I had some people that, hey, let's go on a hike, or let's go on a walk. And I'm like, man, I do not have time for bugs or, any of that. I was just really in a box where, and I believe Mark said it earlier, or somebody commented that we literally would miss our shining armor because we are so concrete on what we want, when we don't realize that we need to be more concrete on what we need. Like, um, I still think back to this day, I know it was at least two guys, two, that are happily married and, doing right by their wives and everything. And, they legally gave me a chance, but I wasn't ready. I was into the DMX and Lil Wayne type dudes, the ones that I felt like that was going to protect me, but also be sensitive enough to have a relationship. And nah, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Hold on, hold on. Pastor Partner said, and I don't know if this was what you were insinuating. I think she was just saying it was different. He said, "Why is your religion better than his?" Did you say your religion was better than his, or you just said that y'all were?
In
Y'all
so many ways, I'm agree. I would say that
okay?
because I had no knowledge of
Okay,
what the Muslim, what they did as far as worship. But as I got older, they're no different than
got you.
Christians.
Okay, okay,
Their God is called Allah. Our God is called God. You know what I'm
got you.
saying? So
Got you. You
yeah.
evolve. You evolve. That's good. That's good. Mark, you look like you wanted to say something. Were you about to say something?
Nah, well, I want to ask you about the DMX Little Wayne stuff. Just I this displaced masculinity that we have in society so much. Rather than ridicule, just add. Why do you feel like that street dude is going to protect you based off the streets? The street dude is never going to protect you. He's going to put himself first. That's the first man who's going to beat on you, the first man to belittle you, the first man to call you out your name, the first man to dishonor you. Why would that be your search for protection? Because in
Well, see,
manhood, no, okay,
I'm
no,
sorry. Go
listen,
ahead.
listen,
Finish.
no, listen. Go.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Um, but no, see, that's I was looking for the the physique and the look, and but not necessarily the mind frame.
Mm-hmm.
But you can have, both of those together. You're either going to have a guy that he looks street, and he's going to be most people are going to be intimidated by him because they're going to think he's a street dude, and you're not going to have too many problems. But at the same time, like you said, those were the most aggressive ones. um, those were the ones that I could give my opinion, but it was, or we can have a conversation, but it always escalated to the point where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all have that. I don't think that's my cup of tea. But see, I was trying to have somebody who were I wouldn't say strong minded, but someone who was a, because I'm the same way. I'm a no what is that, the phrase that kind of like no tolerance. Saying no tolerance for
No
disrespect,
nonsense.
no
Okay, gotcha.
tolerance belittling or nothing like that. But I also wanted them to have that characteristic of also being respectful, sensitive and all that stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. I always wonder that. I mean, because the thinking that as a man, James, as a man, Bolo, whatever, whoever man out there, when you walk through manhood, the dude who walk around huff puff hard all the time to women, when we in a room full of men, that's the main dude who can get his ass kicked. The hardest men don't show themselves. Some of the all right, so I was in the military, right? I work with special forces guys. These guys were the most jokingest guys, laid back guys, cool. Just when you see them, they look so docile. And if they walk by you, you would think that's the weakest guy. But when we did our mixed martial arts and everything else, those little hard dudes, they were getting choked out in tears and everything else. So that's why I said displaced masculinity. I just wonder where it comes from. That's all. It's just a question for me to understand, and how if I had a daughter to help her navigate beyond those pseudo premises of a man or those smoking mirrors. That's all.
What do you think about that, Jackie? Do you think did you think that the thug dude could protect you then better than the guy who wore a shirt and tie every day?
I don't, my perspective is different. So I look at it like anybody can be recreated, or not recreated, but I'm all about the mindset. So I don't look or judge the Thai or the thug guy, because I feel like everybody have a heart, and I just want to listen to them and figure things out. So
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much it. I don't. It just, if they have the simple manners, they have manners like respecting me. You know, they have self respect. Little things like that. The manners. That attracts me. I love the basic stuff. Like having that, and not somebody who's trying to be somebody that they're not. Because at the end of the day, like, I understand life and I have a different perspective. So I'm not going to judge you. I feel like we both going to bring baggage, and it's up to us to, figure all this out. And then, the union, so it takes a village. It takes a lot for two people to manage all of this, so I'm not scared of it. So even if he was in a tie, even though I don't really like the Thai guys, but I know it's a different person inside of people. That's what I want.
What is the Thai guy?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't. I, I don't.
You don't know?
I mean, I wear suits. I wear the gym clothes. I don't know. That's what I'm saying, y'all. I don't judge. I mean, I don't know.
So you don't limit your options on that way.
Yeah,
You're not bad. I
it's
got
how they present themselves. That's it.
you. Got. So you don't limit. That's good.
Right.
So you're not limiting your options. If they
No,
it's based on mindset. It's based on if y'all have a connection. If y'all vibing. All that kind of stuff. And that could be whoever it is. You starting
everybody's
to
with all.
you starting to break up a little bit now. You starting to break up a little bit on me.
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think I can hear you. Because this okay. Let me ask them. Let me ask Malinda and Jackie, and I'll ask the ladies in the chat same question. When you have your list, all this kind of stuff, is there a look that when you see it, it automatically turns you off? You know that's not what you want.
No,
So any
because
kind of
I've
guy can come.
had yes, because I've had I ain't gonna lie, I've had a guy that everybody thought, oh my gosh, either he looked like T.I., depending on what he wore, and when he had his grill in, he kind of reminded you of Nelly, you know what I'm saying? Or he looked like, this other person. When I tell you that was the worst relationship ever, and unfortunately, I end up having, two beautiful children by him, but no, as long as he got all his teeth, both his eyes, his ears, his leg, all his limbs, baby, and he got some sense, we can work from there. But
What if we had the wisdom? What if he had the wisdom teeth pulled? He ain't got all
uh,
32 no more.
I ain't gonna lie, that's one of the big cares because I'm not gonna say I'm so insecure, but growing up, all of my friends, had the perfect teeth because their moms and dads or whatever could afford braces. But everybody always told me I had a pretty smile, but I didn't think that myself. So I'm just so self-conscious. I don't want you to be perfect, but I need all of your teeth. Saying they got to be white, not necessarily pure white, but I need to know that you actually brush your teeth. And saying taking care of your hands, feet, as
Girl,
long as
I'm about to throw some at this camera. And if I throw some at this camera, the show is gonna be over fast. I promise if I had something in my hand that I could have threw like a baseball or something, I'd have threw it right at that doggone camera. And I can't do it. I promise you I can't. Wow.
But no, looks is definitely not on my list.
Really?
Because
Is
like
it a certain
that,
kind?
like my
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, like my grandma used to say, baby, people can come in and gift wrap garbage. What they look like on the outside doesn't necessarily mean that's what they are on the inside. So,
That's a
looks
good
is
point.
definitely not on my list.
I got you. Go ahead, Mark.
So I just want to recap this. You said when he put his grill in, he looked like Nelly,
Yeah.
but without his
Yes.
grill, he looked
He
like
looked like
T.I. So
T.I.
he just looked like street. Um,
See, I told
yeah.
you. I told
See,
you. I was so young then.
you know
You was
what?
young then. You were young then. How long ago was this?
3 years
I would
ago.
say no. I'm 41. Be 42 in December, so I was like 25.
Okay. They
Okay.
been right there. I know you they
You
had.
only said one myself.
Look what Pasa say.
Bro, Cleta's making her list. He said number one, she must have teeth. Go ahead, Mark. You still talking to her?
Nah, man, I'm just.
What you say?
What did you like when you met him? All right, the with the grill and everything, you was like, man, this is a thug, but he a gentleman too. What did you say to yourself? Like, what was your goals? You're like
Well,
well, you know what? You were 25.
That was
It's
17
just,
years ago.
it's just like a total contradiction of what you're looking for in a man when you invest into that. And
yeah.
I'm man, it's like this. Look, man, look. What did you expect? That's all I can say is like, so the street game, the funny point is when you date a street guy, the rules of the streets is never for a man to be faithful. That's a sign of weakness. In the streets, the dude have a bad main woman, and he have side pieces on the side who understand that's his main chick that need to fall in order. So a lot of women end up fighting in these situations all the time because they don't like the hierarchy that's set up in the streets. So I don't get why women go down this path expecting something different than what's in that culture. I just don't get it.
Well, and I think I may have misinterpreted. What I'm saying was like, I wanted a guy that, like, if I wanted a guy to have that thug look or that more cultural, well, I didn't say
Why?
cultural, that hip hop
Why
look. I don't.
thug?
Well, let me tell you why. For one, I didn't grow up around. I didn't see good men unless I was watching the Cosby shows or in living color. I'm not living color, but living single.
Single,
I didn't
huh?
see those type of men in reality. I only seen them on TV. And so, and I knew that some of the guys that were in the streets, they had good mothers, good fathers. They had the potential of being, a
Where you
good
grew up at?
person. I grew up around, and don't think I'm a thug because a lot of, and that's another thing I struggle with too. But I grew up off East 21st Street, after I left East 21st Street, I stayed over there by Crip 6, so like the Wright Avenue.
That's in Little Rock. He don't
and
know. He
Marshall
don't know. He
area.
don't know nothing about those streets in
Oh,
Little Rock.
hold on. She from
Oh.
Little Rock? Oh, you from
Oh,
Little
yeah.
Rock?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I seen
All
banging in Little Rock.
all
You
us
didn't
from
have no
Little Rock, so
hope.
watch.
You
All
wasn't
us
banging
from
Little.
all
You
us
didn't have
from
no
Little Rock.
hope.
All us from Little
Look.
Rock. So watch your mouth, shorty.
Hey,
Watch your
hey
mouth.
man, listen, man. I seen banging Little Rock.
That
Y'all boys
Banging
didn't have
Little Rock
hope
was some hate.
nowhere. You know what?
Banging
I'm
Little
sorry.
Rock was
Why? I don't even know why I came for you. I'm sorry. You know what? I apologize for everything I said. No one now knowing what your surroundings were.
Jackie,
I'm
get
sorry.
him off us in Little Rock. He don't know what he's talking about in Little Rock now.
Yeah.
Hey,
James, you know you from Hope. You know you from
No,
Hope.
I wish I was, because I like a watermelon from Hope right now, but I am not from Hope. I'm from North Side now. We didn't get along with Little Rock. I mean, I could, because I got along
And
with
he was a
everybody.
North Side dude. He was a
Yeah,
North Side dude
yeah,
from
I was straight
McAllen and
North Side.
everything. So
Banging in Pine Bluff. Shonda said, now you didn't want to go to Pine Bluff with that mess either, because Pine Bluff. Hey, bro, Arkansas it really is several cities you just don't want to frequent the wrong way. West Memphis, Pine Bluff, Little Rock, North Little Rock. Some of those places you probably could get end up stinking or something like that. So you might want to be careful about how. So, Jackie, coming back to you though, is there a certain type of guy that if he approaches you, just his look is enough to turn you off? That's enough to make you say not interested?
No. Like
okay.
It's a connection thing.
How do you? So how quickly can you determine that?
It's in.
I mean, I ain't gonna. I mean, most people. I know most people. Now I know you. Everybody got their own fingerprints. But typically, if you don't go in the bookstore, looking for a specific book, the only thing that will attract you typically is the cover. And so when we don't know a person, I'm talking about we in public. We at the, I know back in the day we used to go to the mall. And if you saw a girl across the way, right? And like it's certain women, if they came to me, like even on dating sites, I ain't even got to read the profile. If it's a certain picture, I ain't even trying. I'm swiping left out of, is it right or left? I don't know which one it is, but I'm going the other way. So that's my question. So it don't matter who it is. He could be 325 pounds. As long as he shakes your hand right, looks you in your eyes, says the right word, that connection is instant.
Yeah, it just depends on that connection and everything. I've dated a bigger guy. It was just because his conversation just kind of made me talk to him.
Did y'all meet face to face, or did y'all meet online? Or how'd that work out?
It's face to face. He actually did my cable. This was a long time ago. He did my cable, and that's how I met him.
Okay. You a good man. Yeah.
So Jackie
for president.
You amazing.
Jackie for president. Hold on. Let me explain. Y'all, let me do this right quick. I'm gonna do her first campaign speech. Jackie Jones for president. I'm telling you, if that's how she doing it, giving everybody a chance up front, I love you automatically. All right, so good. So we go ahead, Mark. Mark said she's amazing.
I didn't look at how much he weighed. It's how he weighed in my heart. That's what mattered. God, dog, Jackie.
What time is it? I'm about ready to stop the show.
Hey, look, man. Hey, when they say love is blind, that is you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I wish I had the gift to look, because I tell people all the time, I ain't never met a man that seen a girl walk by and said, "Oh my God, look at her morals and values."
Never.
I can just feel her spirit.
Never. You can't dress that up. You can't put a dress on that.
I can just feel her spirit. Fuck out of here, man.
I get it. And that's why, Jackie, we being a little cynical and we joking a little bit, but that's why I broke that question down.
Even Ray Charles had a preference and he was blind. He's
a beast at grabbing that wrist with
Oh, no.
No, baby, you keep on going. Let me move you on to the side. And I ain't gonna lie. I get on. I like to play. I do my finger exercises on dating sites. Cause I can swipe. And so obviously, I'm real good at swiping left. And it's most of those are pictures that don't have full body pics. You know what I'm saying? Or when they do have a full body pic, when I get to the bottom of that joker, I'm like, no, let me
them pictures they like this look.
Yeah, like this stuff. How you just want to do it?
Y'all know. They don't want you to see nothing, baby. Hey, avoid those and avoid the memes. If they got a meme, do it one more time. You know how they do.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I see.
You know, boy, that'll get you messed up every time, buddy.
For those that don't know, what do those pictures mean, Mark, when they do that?
Oh, they
They're
insecure.
not
They
happy.
insecure.
Yeah, they're not happy
Okay.
with their bodies.
Not
Yeah.
happy with
Why?
that. Right.
My thing is, what are you gonna do if they want to meet you face to face? You think you didn't touch their heart to the? At the end of the day, he's gonna be like, you know what?
No, don't let him
I'm
log
gonna
off
look
yet. No,
past all that.
no, bro.
Man, do we? Listen, I'm be honest. We we men like what they see, and then we're mature enough to understand what else. Okay, what else?
Mark, I had one experience because I'm like I said, I do dating sites for exercise. I really one time I wasn't no more ready to date than Amanda Moon, but I called myself going to meet that one person, right? And Mark, when I got there, show me that. How you say she did it?
I don't do it.
And Mark, when I got to the car and I saw her, boy, I put my hands in my pocket. I
Man,
started turning sideways. I was like, well, I just want to come up here and see you, but I gotta go. She said, I thought we was gonna get that. I said, no, I gotta go meet my kids. I gotta run the Kennesaw. She was like, no, well, I thought we could hang out, maybe go to a museum. I said, no, I don't like art. I'm good. I don't like art. But I'll call you later. I gotta go to the Brian. I did not call.
you are
I
better than me because that
yeah.
happened to me, but I didn't respond like you did. You was better than me because
But you
that
some
happened
dude
when I
like
sat down. I said, "Where is the woman in the picture? Like, where where is this one? Where is she? Because you showed up, but that's not who I was talking to. That's not who I was talking to.
that.
You this who this, and I went Dutch. You got to learn a lesson. You got to
You
learn a
say
lesson, huh?
no.
Yeah,
How am I
yeah.
better?
It's
You
in
I
my
ain't even
face.
let her get. How am I better? I ain't even let her get out the car. I
Listen,
stood
man.
by the door. Listen,
I
she
was
was trying to
already in
open
the
the door. I would have
restaurant.
leaned on it.
I was already in the restaurant waiting. I was set up. I was set up
Man,
already. I failed. But I was now Jackie would have stayed and discovered the heart.
Jackie would
She
have stayed.
different. She
Jackie
would
would
have
have stayed.
stayed. You know what? Even though you fooled me, you played peekaboo with me. It's cool. You want to
Almost.
play
Yeah,
peekaboo?
Jackie would have stayed. She's a
That's
nice
cool. I
gentleman.
understand. I understand your heart. You just want to see if
What was your
loved you
college transcript
internally.
like?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was like, but you just was tricking me because you really want me to know your heart.
Were you on the honor
See,
roll in high school? Let me see all those guys. And that's good. Those are things you get to know. You know what I'm saying? Jackie, I promise you have provided hope for a lot of men tonight. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Because if you can perhaps do a class, you know what I'm saying? If you can write a book, if you can maybe do an ebook, a pamphlet or something and share it, because so many more, and I'm not being facetious when I say this, I'm saying this for real right now, because you are a rare gem. You really are. Really. Ladies in the chat, I'm gonna ask y'all. Here we have is I know we talked about instant attractions, that we talked about love at first sight, all those kind of things. But when you can y'all look at a person and is it a certain type of person that would turn you off initially? Like for instance, if you don't like the thug dude, but he show up and he got dreads and got a whole grill and he got the teeth that be standing up open when you where your mouth still open, where your lips are closed, but you can still see the teeth. I mean, if you have, that kind of, the whole bunch of chains coming off of you, or if it's a guy that wears a shirt, wears his pants above his waist and not off his butt, are you attracted? Would that kind of guy turn you off? Is there a certain type of guy that turns you off? That's ladies in the chat. Answer that question for me, and we're gonna continue this conversation a little bit more. But that's the prevailing question. Do list limit our options? Women, Jackie, do you think men should have lists?
Hmm.
Do you think men should have lists?
No, y'all kind of simple. You know what you want.
Okay.
oh no. See, this is where I get irritated with the women perception. Men are simple complex. Don't ever let it fool you. We are simple complex. All right. There's complexity in this thing now. We see, but we gotta see. We see deeper than that now.
I
Don't
did
let us fool you.
in it. Remember, I said y'all see deep than what we.
Yeah, men will look at you. We'll see you through motherhood as a grandmother and everything else, and you don't even know.
That's what I
Yeah.
said at the beginning. I said y'all see deeper than us. Like we kind of see the surface. You guys know what you want. Like you can see it. So,
So it's a list. It's just probably a shorter list. In other words.
Yeah, y'all not all over the place.
Okay, I can see that. I can definitely see that. I can see that. I
Can
can
I
see that.
interject?
Sure.
Because as a mother of with boys and seeing what my brother went through with the females he dated, I wouldn't say they would have a list, but definitely look for the ones that always have a handout, or the ones that's always in drama, or the ones that definitely seems like they just looking for a sponsor versus a man. You know what I'm
Who
saying?
can you tell me what woman don't look for a sponsor? Because if I'm
I don't look
correct,
for a
even when
sponsor.
hold on, I'm gonna get back to you because I don't believe it. But anyway, this is the thing about it. I see women that make good money still looking for a man who make just as much money as them. They want a man who makes just money as them because they're still looking for a provider. I I I I fail to see that. Maybe in Little Rock, maybe I need to come to Little Rock. You know what? That's what it is, James. You know what they said? They said a water, right? A bottle of water. It is 99 cent in the store, in the grocery store.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a dollar 99 in the convenience store, right?
Hmm.
It's 3.99 on the airplane. It's 6.99 at a concert. It's about where you're at and the value at that point in time, right? So I maybe in Little Rock is like that.
But let me tell
Little
you,
Rock
there is
women
a
are totally different than Atlanta women, bro. For real, real
but
talk.
let me tell you,
Yeah,
there's also a
because
difference
all they want
between
is
a
teeth.
sponsor.
You hear that? All they want is teeth.
No, it
That's
ain't
that's
that
the
simple. It
baseline.
ain't that
That's the
simple.
baseline, Little Rock, bro.
They just probably ain't
Teeth.
But
tripping
there
about. They just probably ain't tripping about 120. But go ahead and say what you're gonna say, Melinda.
what I want to say is there's a difference between a sponsor and a provider. A provider is typically a man. You don't have to tell him what to do when it comes to the needs of his looking good. I want to make sure that when we out, that we ride in the nicest cars. And when I go to your house, I want your house to be lazy. When I say that I don't want my sons to necessarily look for no sponsors, because that could definitely damage a man's mental state. That can cause them to mess up their next relationship, because now they're going to think all women are just users. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be careful uh, when you do make, if men do decide to have a list, because women hide their deception just as well as men do. And I'm gonna say we, because I was one of those persons at one point, is that we try to be the nice, uh, not feminine, but sophisticated woman just enough for you, to pull in. But once I got you on that hook, now I'm gonna switch it up. And at first you thought you had a buffalo fish, but it's catfish. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, because I've never been the type to look for a sponsor. I mean, I started out as a 16-year-old mother and has been working ever since, and haven't stopped working ever since. So I'm definitely not looking for a sponsor, but to have a provider would just give me some relief. Now I'm gonna still handle my business, but yeah, I'm not. I'm definitely not looking for a sponsor.
You know what? I can respect that. I can respect that. You just want a good partner, right?
Definitely
So
somebody
Yeah,
he'll
to
pay the
I
match
can.
light
my
bill and the
energy.
water bill if he pay the car note and the mortgage.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Depending on well, and then if it's need be, we can all go, straight down the middle with it, depending on how much you make or how much I make. Or it really don't even matter, as long as if I'm out and he say don't worry about it, I got you, or if he out and I'm like, okay, well don't worry about it, I got you.
Hey, if he goes down the middle, that's a 50% savings. That's what he saved you. 50% of your outgoing costs. You know what? That's a good deal. That's a good deal. That's a partner.
Most deaf.
Sandra, what do you mean? You said what's the difference in what women? What are you talking about, Chandria? No, but Jackie, I feel you, Jackie. I feel you for real. I really do feel you because you called it, and you probably were raised. Were you raised a lot? Were you did? How about Melinda? Were you raised around a lot of men?
No, most of my family tree is mostly women. So yeah, we don't really have a lot of men in our family. And the men that we do have, I'm not gonna say I'm proud of them, but they have changed as I grew older. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they're married now. They're not in, in the streets. But back then, when I was younger, they was, because my mom had us very young. So my uncles and my father, my daddy, right now he has several children. You know, and but what he taught me was that you still have, even as a woman, you have to work, and by any means get to work.
Mm-hmm.
And so he, even though he wasn't a great husband to my mama, he was definitely a good father, and he was good in some parts. He was a good man as well, because he's the reason why I was into sports. He's the reason why I like action movies. I read. He was almost one of the reasons why I almost joined the military, because he just had this neatness about him. But it's just, he has some flaws that prevented him from being a one woman's man.
Gotcha. And Jack, I watch you dribbling the basketball and athleticism, and Mark, she be going ham. I'm talking about the doggone pull-ups. I mean, she can do a bunch of pull-ups too. I mean, all that. Did you have a lot? Were a lot of men influences in your life? Did you have a lot of men in your while you were growing up?
I had
I
my
can't hear
oldest.
you. Okay, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay. Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay. I had my oldest brothers. I did have a father. He's deceased now. He would be probably 88 years old right now. So
Oh,
my
wow.
daddy very, an older man. So I got a little of that wisdom, or that old school, learned his history, how he only stopped to elementary, sixth grade.
Okay.
But he had those skills, painting. He did everything. He was a manager, but he knew how to work on cars and everything. So we grew up in a household where you just gotta have be hands on and be independent. Don't never think that somebody owe you anything. Always go get it yourself. So you don't have to make no negotiations with no other man and what he got going on. We can both relationship with our income, and I don't have to negotiate that with a man. I could just say I got my own, and it's all about love for me, with that. um but other than that, yeah, my brothers, I got two oldest brothers, and I had a father. And what I've seen from my mom and dad, uh they just had these big hearts, even though, of course, like I said, flaws and all, but they took care of their children, and they loved us. They may not had everything, the business mindset, now that I changed my mindset, but they had a lot of love in the household. Even though I saw a lot of things with my brothers and stuff like that, but they had so much love for us. So that's what I'm using now. So
Gotcha. Sandra asked me a question. She said, "What's the difference between Atlanta women and Little Rock?" I don't know, man. I mean, from what I've seen, I think some. I mean, I'm not. This is not a blanket statement. This is not an all thing. But I'm just saying that some of the values that I've noticed uh, over the years have been a little different. Google think I'm talking to him, but I'm not. Just some of the values. Like I said, I don't know. I don't. You said it ratchet, but it's. I don't know. I guess especially ones my age. I saw Jackie. Do you remember that post? It was a meme about you get your one for Arkansas. She can go fishing. She can do this. She can do that. She can do all these things. She can dress up. She can do all those things. That was the best example of what I've ever seen of how an Arkansas woman was. She kind of just meets a whole lot of different criteria. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It's just it's different, man. It's just a different value. Arkansas, man. It's it's smaller. You don't have as much to do, which I don't do nothing no way. So it ain't like I'm missing nothing because I don't never go nowhere anyway. So that's not even a big deal to me. But
I
it's
mean,
just say what?
people, it don't matter about the location. It don't matter about the location where you at or anything like that. It's just, you are who you are. It don't matter. It's just like the church house. You got these walls. You got a pastor up there who make mistakes. Like I was telling you about the marriage. It's so many who get a divorce, but they equally yoked. So it don't matter about the location. It happens everywhere. And we all have inequities. We all have these different things. So I don't care how you divide it up, the states. I don't care what church house you in. You still gonna have some things to work on within yourself. So it's a preference where, so to me, in my mindset, it don't matter where you at. People just need some help. We all
What
need some.
what city you in?
North Little Rock.
Okay, listen. I just need you to take a trip one day to this city. Okay. And before you say it don't matter where you at, where you born? Where were you born?
North Little Rock.
And you live in North Little Rock, right? You born, raised, live in North Little Rock. Okay. You come here, you come here for a weekend, all right? And then I want you to come back on here and say, it don't matter where you at. See, when you start seeing different things and your access and what your availability of different things, I think your opinion may change. Because your opinion is based off what your everyday life is. But I promise you, if you was in Atlanta, when you see a city that has the most people who make over 100,000, the most black millionaires, the most black entrepreneurs, the most successful entrepreneurs, and you see that option, I think you might change. Not you might change, but your perception of how women conduct themselves and the expectations, the difference between Little Rock women and Atlanta women, it would be totally different. These women wear high heels to the grocery store, ma, because it's like that. You ain't doing that in Little Rock. You ain't competing like that.
I don't want to do that though. So I'm kind of fine. I get what you're saying about if I go other places now. I have that mindset. I've been to a couple of places and everything. So I understand, when you go to different cultures and you respect them and you change your mindset. I get it. I get all of that. I'm on that too, but I'm fine. I got my preferences and
no
I
doubt.
will accept other information too. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Gotcha. And that's a good point. And I, like I said, and I hate you being on here by yourself because I don't want those people to think we're ganging up on you because we're not. This is just a conversation. But yeah, everything is not transferable. Everything's not panacea. Everything's not one size fits all. I can go to Arizona, pick up a cactus seed, and I plant this cactus seed in Arkansas, and it will not grow. It just won't grow. And so you have to. So certain things. Certain people kind of, and I ain't gonna lie, when I got to Atlanta, and that was 27 years ago, it was a totally different world. I never forget, Mark. I was working at this dealership. I love Georgia, but I was working at this dealership, and I sold a car, and I had a deal on a used car, and I had a $4,000 front. It was gonna pay me like $1,000, whatever it was. It was a good deal. Well, but then we found out something different from the customer, but before the customer came in, so I sold him a new car and made like $5,800 on the deal. So if I got a choice between $5,800 and $4,000, I'm probably gonna take the 58. So all of a sudden, this white dude called me over to the used car manager, and he cussed me out. Went off. Why in the double hockey sticks would you do this and da 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 all this kind of stuff? And I looked at him. She's in Atlanta. I looked at him. And I looked at everybody else. Like I was 23 then. And I looked at every other manager. And these are grown men. I said, can y'all excuse me right quick? And then they said, yeah. I said, listen, my name is James. What's your name again? Because I ain't been there for 2 or 3 days. He said, well, my name is, I said, now, you just cussed at me. Why? He said, because I'm trying to figure out why you would do this. I said, well, first of all, let me tell you something. I don't love anything in Atlanta except my fiance. So there's nothing to stop me from coming across his desk and whooping you right now. I said, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. My name is James. And I introduced myself and I shook his hand. But in Arkansas, I had never been talked to like that. That's my point. But the moment I got to Georgia, this dude talked to me like I was nothing, but he was from Florida. Florida got a whole different mindset. You know what I'm saying? So the mindsets to me are different depending on where you are. But people are the same. No, right? We all got 10 fingers, 10 toes if we lucky, 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, all that kind of stuff. But New York mentalities are totally different than Arkansas. Huh? Yeah, them jokers, they used to call you son and all that kind of stuff. And don't call me your son. I got a daddy. And he's been faithful to me all my life. So don't ever call me your son and all that kind of stuff. So it's all good though. It's all good. It's been a fun conversation tonight, honestly. And I'm gonna ask this question for the ladies that got on late tonight. The question is, do the list that we make when it comes to relationship, and we're about to go about 5 minutes or so. I'm about to start winding this down. Y'all can give me your answers in the chats. But do list limit our options when it comes to relationships. And so everybody pretty much said, some of them said yes, some of them said no. Some of them people said their lists are going to be concrete. They're not changing. They're not lowering. They're not lowering their standards for anyone. Some say they have elastic lists. That means that things, they're a little bit more flexible. Their list might have said 6'3", but I'll take him at 6'1". And if I wanted him at 6'3", will I take him at 6'7"? You know what I mean? Those, so if I got a concrete list or if I have an elastic list, that makes a difference. But I believe, Shonda Hayes says she believes that sometimes lists, they become too extensive. They get too much. But yeah, those of y'all that are listening in the chat, I appreciate y'all for listening. If you all would like to purchase stars, you can purchase stars there at the bottom. It's a little digital currency that helps to support these platforms. I think you can spend 99 cents and get 99 stars, something like that. And you can send them and they'll support this platform. I don't know how to do it. Ashley had to tell y'all how to do it. Ashley, she's on my show. So she's kind of been working the comments for me lately, and I appreciate her from working it on both ends. She's been faithful to me since the beginning. And Mark, I appreciate you too. And I know, listen, I'm not naive. I know we missing Monday Night Football. I know right now I'm flipping between 2 football games and a baseball game. I'm flipping between 2, and so sometimes I'm looking away. Trust me, it's because of that. And Jackie, I know you made a sacrifice to come on tonight because she is raising a young man, a son, and he has to go to school tomorrow and all those kinds of things. So she made a sacrifice to come on tonight, and I appreciate Malinda for coming in tonight. Everybody came in with good insight, and I appreciate y'all. Tomorrow night, I don't know. I don't have anybody scheduled to come on, but if something happened during the course of the day, I might decide to go live. And if I decide to go live, hey, I'll just tag y'all or something. But we'll figure it out. But did I leave anything else out tonight, y'all? It was just a simple conversation.
Jane. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate Little Rock coming on. And I'm not even trying to be funny, man. It just really shows you. Right. I promise you, it shows you the perspective of people in different places, how they think, you know what I'm saying, who not as influenced by mainstream, should I say. Oh, no. Nah, so it just, Jack, like I said, I mean, you definitely, are a rare gem and don't change for anybody. Keep being you, you know what I'm saying? And maybe, some guy, 400 pounds with a good heart come in your life and love you. At least he got a chance. I'm just joking, man.
But you know what, man? This is the thing for me, honest and real talk. This is for everybody to chat too. My thing is that, I say, Mark, you hear me say this all the time. All of us, one of the first things we want to do is we try to put everybody in a category. I mean, we immediately, and that's why I can appreciate what Jackie's saying. But we try to immediately put everybody in a category. You know what I'm saying? We know, and why do we try to categorize everybody, right? When he constructed us, he gave us our own fingerprints. Nobody in the world has fingerprints like me. They're mine. I'm a designer's original. So if I have a designer's original, then why can't I have a different mindset? Why can't I have a different mentality than somebody else? And that's okay. It's okay. And the thing is, we're so busy trying to change folk into being who we want them to be instead of embracing them where they are. And then instead of looking for a compliment with an I, we learn how to compliment with each other. We make each other better. You come in my life, I add to you. I come in your life, I add to you add to me. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. You add to me, I add to you. And at the end of the day, we got a good relationship. And that's what I'm trying to get to, man. That's all I want to see us get to. I want to see us all get along. But we're too busy practicing point the finger writers. And we're too busy trying to tell everybody else. So many women trying to tell men how to be, telling men how to be men. Men trying to tell women how to be women. And we just need to talk to each other, man. Just sweep around your own front door before you try to come sweep around mine. And then if you mind your business, and let's take 6 months to mind your business and 6 months to leave everybody else's business alone, we'll mess around and have a good life, and everything will be great. But we might not ever get there. But y'all know what? I've enjoyed this show tonight. I really have. Like I said, I'm Jackie. Jackie came in the spur of the moment. I appreciate you. She's Jackie doing big things. If I ever come, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna do that. I'm not riding no dog. Obviously, if I come up, I might show up for your Saturday morning class. But y'all be laughing at me. Y'all be laughing at me because I ain't gonna lie. My stamina sucks. but no, that's on the bike I'm talking about. But
thank you.
But appreciate you for real. You good? All right, cool. Mark, you got anything before we go out and get out of here?
Nah, man. Big ups to Little Rock. Thank y'all for joining, man.
Right,
Love
y'all
it.
Y'all see the Cash App at the bottom? Y'all can support this platform with stars. Please, ma'am, do that. Y'all start supporting this a little bit. And next week, do me a favor. When I put this out, everybody just share it without me having to ask. I don't even want to ask. Y'all just share it for me, please. Please, ma'am, please, sir. But as I always say, and I only say it like every show, but I say it like this. So, I didn't even show y'all the new T-shirt deal. Hold on, I'm not gonna worry, but I'll post it. But listen, the world is changing. My question for you is, why do you remain the same? Hold on, I'm about to show them this shirt. Hold on. That's a new shirt on the bathroom. That's it. Yeah. So, the world has changed. Mark, I already got you one. I'll drop it off. But the world is changing. The world is changing. Why do you remain the same? Good night.